I want to speak today a little bit about kindness or tenderness and about the incredible transformative power of kindness, both in our day-to-day life and when it comes to our spiritual practice and our search for knowing of our true nature, for awakening and for freedom. You know, there's also an incredible power to discrimination. And discrimination and kindness or tenderness have to go hand in hand. You know, discrimination, knowing when past is present, very, very powerful. It cuts through everything. However, sometimes when patterns of the past arise, and especially when patterns are repetitious, especially when we are experiencing something over and over and over and over again, you know, in a very subtle way, the mind takes over the teaching. It even takes over the recognition of discrimination. And instead of discrimination, it becomes the judge. It becomes the judge. It judges, it criticizes what is present. It gives us verbally, mentally, the sense of the teaching. And yet there is no kindness in that. There is an agenda of wanting to get rid of what is. And you know by now, most of you realize that trying to get rid of anything, it only eventually is going to make it stronger. So this is where kindness, tenderness comes in. You see, a true tenderness is really a manifestation of our true nature. You know, when we are truly kind, truly tender with what is, and that means absolutely willing to let it be just the way it is. You know, because sometimes we can also have a misunderstanding of kindness or tenderness. Like kindness means we agree with everything or anything goes, right? Or kindness means we never say anything about anything because we need to be kind. But true kindness means in the moment, when past is present, to fully, absolutely allow, with no restriction, with no agenda, with no need for anything to be different, to allow the past to be here. You know, and when that happens, when we are able to do that, because then tenderness really cuts through everything. It cuts through the past. Or we could say tenderness arises as the expression of our true nature. It really infuses everything. It really cuts through everything as it arises. And that really allows us to see the emptiness of what is present. You know, so often the mind wants to go ahead of that, but it shouldn't be like that. Or this is not real, or this is a story. And if these true words of the teaching are just a mental understanding in the moment, they are not useful. Because moment by moment by moment, we need to see for ourselves that this experience, as we allow it to be here, that it is absolutely empty. I am very much curious about your experience of that. Would you please let me know in comments, what do you know about this? What is your experience? And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and like and share. It just makes it more visible for everybody to enjoy.